And I want to address this point about Jim Cramer. Now, literally, Jim Cramer gets on his TV program, I think about 3-4 weeks ago, and he starts worshiping Tim Geithner and says, I was disgusted the way that Congress treated Tim Geithner. Isn't it okay for me to say as a commentator every once in a while that the Queen of England, Goldman Sachs, Lehman Brothers, the Trilateral Commission, and the Bavarian Illuminati aren't all bad? Literally 3 or 4 days later, I'm in my car on the way to work, and I hear, I'm listening to Alex on the way in, I hear, do you like money? I like money. I'm Cramer. And I'm like, how did this get on the air? So I come into work and I say, hey, man, what's going on with this Cramer ad? He's like, what are you talking about? And me and Rob Jacobson start telling him about this ad, and he's like, get out of here. So I think it was about 2 days later where he was actually able to hear it on his own show. He was out in the area where the op board is and heard it. And he's like, oh, my God, this is awful. I need to call somebody. And he made sure that our two salesmen didn't sell that. It was a Genesis ad. Now, last week, Alex had Ted Anderson on to explain it, and he said, well, they offered us the money, and I put it in there because Alex is getting so big, he literally is one of the top 10 radio show hosts in the country. This information is getting out to a lot more people than you expect. So I'm guessing that these people that are putting these ads out are seeing demographics, or there is always the chance. And apparently on the show, Ted Anderson said that he just re-upped for the ad, so you're probably going to hear him for another month. Again, I want to say this again. That's a Midas Resources Ted Anderson GCN ad. That is not an Alex Jones ad. But Ted makes the point, why not take this guy's money? This is a big sponsor, and we're not really endorsing him. Obviously, we want you to invest your money in gold and silver assets, hard currencies, not empty promises. And that's basically what you're going to get with some Cramer online scam program. The question in my mind is this some type of COINTELPRO operation? In other words, literally less than a week after Cramer worships the Bavarian Illuminati, they buy advertising on the program as if we're pro-Cramer. And believe me, this Cramer Illuminati YouTube clips got legs. So did I answer your question, Carl? Because we're going to play this clip coming up.
Yes, you did. And don't forget, can you kind of talk about that chipping thing from WSV, I think WSMV?
Listen, I'll talk about the chip. I'll talk about the chip on the other side of this break, because we are coming up on a break after I play this clip. I'm going to discuss, maybe not that one because I haven't seen that certain clip where they are trying to get people working in a private company, and I've seen similar reports on CNN, a private company to take chips for security reasons and to ensure, instead of you checking in with a punch card, that you're at work. But before we get into the Verichip and other human implantable microchip scenarios, let's hit the clip of Lord Cramer worshiping the Bavarian Illuminati.
I feel strongly that Geithner, this is AIG, Goldman, and you know what? The Bavarian Illuminati, the Trilateral Commission, Goldman Sachs, and the Queen of England are not all bad.
Wow.
Wow is right. Let's clip it right there. She even goes, wow. I can't believe, wow, and moves forward. She moves forward. She doesn't want to address the fact that the man just worshipped Timmy Geithner, the Queen of England, Goldman Sachs. Oh, yeah, Goldman Sachs is great. They're number one, Cramer. They're great. And then the Bavarian Illuminati. The Bavarian Illuminati, according to most people, don't exist. They never existed, even though they're a historical organization that was able to amass and accumulate deep, deep, deep shadow power in the late 1700s. They were openly persecuted. Some of them were round up, convicted, killed, and imprisoned. But the organization, folks, never went away. They simply disguised themselves as something else. And we've actually got Mark Dice coming up in a half an hour to spend a full hour with us, where we'll discuss that and so much more. On the other side, we're going to be taking your calls from Illinois, New Jersey, Hawaii, Michigan, and much, much more. The number to call is 888-201-2244. And if you want to support this operation, you want to support this program, get a PrisonPlanet.tv membership. All of my films, all of Alex Jones films, all of my episodes of the InfoWarrior, as well as Alex Jones Show, all up in the archives there. You get to see so much, including this live broadcast via the web. It's the InfoWarrior. We'll be back after this.